I'm on a mission to try every restaurant in Edmonton, and this time it's Toro Sushi Bar and Grill. 3 of us came here for dinner, and now I'm going to go through every item we tried. Strap in, it's going to be a roller coaster. First thing we had was the beef tataki for $18. Now, I am an avid fan of beef tataki. I love thinly sliced raw beef in a ponzu sauce. It's so good. However, what we got here was very unexpected. Firstly, the cut was not thin at all. I would say on average, the slices were half a centimeter thick. The sauce didn't have any sourness to it. It really reminded me of eating a Chinese beef stir-fry flavor. So this was way different than what we would have expected. The portion was obviously quite generous though, and it still tasted decent. Like we still ate it all, and it was still all right. The next thing we had were the garlic butter clams for $14. Now these were basically exactly what you would expect them to taste like. They tasted good, the broth was well seasoned, and it was pretty solid. I would say pretty good. Now for the star of the show, the salmon sashimi. This was $18 for the order. It was 5 pieces, and it's hard to tell in the picture because there's nothing that you can kind of relatively size it to. But these slices, I will say, were massive. At any other restaurant in the city, I would think that this would easily be 10 slices worth of fish. The fish also tasted fresh and was honestly very good. If it was just this fish I was rating, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. Sashimi here is good. For rolls, we got the rainbow roll for $16 and the chop roll for $19. These rolls were basically exactly what you would expect them to taste like. They were solid, not too generous, average portion, but they were still, good enough. The last thing we had was the mentaiko udon for $12, and I have to be brutally honest here, it was rough. The first thing was that there was barely any mentaiko in this dish at all. To be honest, I know it's only $12. I wish they just charged more and gave enough mentaiko so you could actually taste it and see it in the dish. Now, the second, much more serious issue is that this dish just didn't taste good at all. To be honest, it seemed like all this dish was mayonnaise, udon, a tiny bit of mentaiko, and maybe a sprinkle of salt, and then those microgreens you see there. And to make matters even worse, you can still see globs of the mayonnaise there, not even mixed into the dish. This just didn't taste good at all, and honestly, we each had a bite, and then we didn't finish it. When the waiter came and asked us if we wanted a box to take it home, we said no, and we just left it. So overall, most of the food was around average, the sashimi was good, and the mentaiko udon was literally horrible, so bad we didn't even eat it. So I guess if I was to give most of the food an average score of 5, and then the sashimi was around an 8, but the mentaiko was literally honestly a 0, we're going to average it out at a food score of 4. For service, our waiter was polite and honestly fairly quick. We didn't really ask for anything special, so we'll give him a slightly above average score of 6. And finally, for bang for your buck, overall, I guess same as the food score, I would also give a 4 out of 10. To be honest, I cannot in good conscience recommend anyone come eat here. If you were to come eat here, I would say get a bunch of sashimi, because that was very good, and maybe a roll or two, and you'll have a pretty decent meal. But to be honest, that's all I can recommend. Thanks for watching.